Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 634, and it is your review of Pater Panchali as we begin our month looking at the films of Satyajit Ray. As always, is the nerd you're going to hear to host the show. Alongside our wonderful co host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening. And oh, I forgot to change the color. Oh,
Yeah, man, we were on Patreon.
we were on mini pod mode, and now we are
Yeah,
on regular
main show.
theme mode.
Yep. It's my favorite month of the year, other than, of course, Kurosawa month in January, where we pick whatever the one person wants. It's December, where we select a filmmaker that we know nothing, little to nothing about.
Unless we can
And
get Ayden Byrnes, and then it's a Bergman month.
yeah, yeah. Well, we got Aiden. We were gonna do Godard, and I've seen a good amount of Godard,
Yeah,
but since there's no Aiden, I said I'm gonna push Godard aside. I said, Brad, what if we do Mr. Satyajit Ray? And Brad was like, he goes,
I have
I
no
don't
idea
know.
who that is.
So I was like, perfect, because I've never seen a movie from Satyajit Ray, but I only know about him. And then I read to him that quote that Kurosawa said. He said, if you've never seen a film from Satyajit Ray, you don't know the sun or the moon. It's like not knowing the sun or the moon.
I'm
And I
like,
was like, those are,
he got a Kurosawa applaud there. That's something.
yeah,
That's a lot of something. Also, in you know, these directors I've never known, and I've had a good track record, starting with Edward Yang.
yeah,
Then who else do we have? We had that female director that was like
on way,
On Way, which was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. It all started with Tarkovsky.
Yeah,
It all started back then when we did Tarkovsky. Well, actually, no, it started with Bergman. It started with Bergman
yeah.
for the first time. First one was Bergman, and then we did Tarkovsky. Then we did Kiarostami,
Oh,
and then we
Kiarostami is amazing.
yep, and then we did Yang, and what's it called? Aiden didn't join us for Yang, and then we did Wei, and then now we're doing Sayaji Ray.
Have we seen all Edward Yang's movies?
Yes, we have done reviews for every single one of them, but some of them are locked on Patreon.
Hmm.
That's why I said when the two new ones come out, the two new what's it called restorations come out, we'll do rescreenings for those on the channel, and then we will have a complete filmography for Edward Yang.
Yep. Go watch Yee.
Yeah, yeah, but most of those we do have. I believe we have all of them up. But yeah, yeah, Brad. Before we get into review, what's up, man? What you do today?
I watched this movie.
That's exactly what I did too.
I also cleaned the house a bit. Right before the show, I put a controller together. So I changed the sticks out, so
Nice.
they're metal now. So both my controllers are now working in working order, and they don't stick to my fingers because they melted somehow. That's weird.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know what happened with them, but they're fixed now, and I didn't have to buy whole new controllers.
Mm. All right.
Yeah.
So I watched all I did was watch this, and I edited some videos today, and I still need to edit one more. But yeah, tomorrow I have an episode of Cinema Condition to do with Michelle, and then yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, pretty much just did just did this.
We did play yesterday with Luis on the Backrooms.
Oh yeah, escape the backrooms.
So yeah, so escape the Backrooms. We actually made it past the first. We made actually a good few levels.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of did pretty good on that.
I mean, I died in each level, but everybody else made it through.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to play more, and I today I was like, damn, I kind of want to play again, but I was like, fuck it, no, because then I'm gonna
Just
what's it
stay
called?
up late and never
Yeah,
go to bed, and yeah, no,
yep,
I get it. That's
yep,
why I kind of got the controller out of the way early, just because last time I stayed after the show and I was working on it for like an hour,
yeah,
and luckily I knew how to do it, so it took like maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah, but damn, what's it called? That's all I done. I did want to sit down and get through another movie for my reviews on my channel, but I think I'd rather finish editing the review for Mean Streets that I need to do, and then get on that because I still need to record my review of the others. But yeah, I
Oh,
got.
and I guess we'll be doing reviews of what the hell did I send you on HBO?
Oh yeah, True Detective, Night Country. Yeah, next
Yeah,
month. Yeah,
that looks
that's gonna
pretty
be
good.
good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, and it's the director of Tigers Are Not Afraid, Brad.
Oh shit, there we go. That's
Yep,
all I need to know.
yep. Same director who did that.
Yep,
No,
there you go. That's all you had to tell me.
Brad's like, you got me
I'm
now.
in.
Yep.
I mean, I was in before with that trailer, but now I'm really in. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just when I thought so when you had me out, now you pull me back in, right?
Yep, yep. So
Just
I
when I thought I
mean,
was out, you pull me
yeah,
back in. Yeah.
yeah. Tigers Are Not Afraid is one of my all time favorite movies. It's up
Yeah.
there.
Well, Brad, I'm sure that we have a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get this going. Let's start this review of Mr. Satyajit Ray's Pater Panchali. So, Pater Panchali, which literally translates to "Song of the Little Road," is a 1955 Indian Bengali language drama film written and directed by Satyajit Ray in his directorial debut and produced by the government of West Bengal. It is an adaptation of, and I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm going to butcher the fuck out of these names, and I'm super sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and listen to this one more time. How to pronounce the original author's name? Bibup Bibupshan 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 Banjobhai novel, 1929 Bengali novel of the same name, and marked Ray's directorial debut, featuring Subir Banerjee, Kanu Banerjee, Karuna Banerjee. I'm pretty sure they're probably related, right?
Probably.
More than
Maybe.
likely,
I don't know. It might be one of those like last names that are
famous last
very
name.
yeah, that are very prevalent.
Yeah, and Uma Dasgupta, Pinaki Sengupta, and Chunibala Devi. And being the first film in the Apu Trilogy, Patar Panchali depicts the wow, travails of the protagonist Apu and his elder sister Durga, amidst the harsh village life of their poor family. Production was interrupted because of funding problems, and it took nearly 3 years for the film to be completed. The film was shot mainly on location, had a limited budget, featured mostly amateur actors, and was made by an inexperienced crew. The sitar player Ravi Shankar composed the film's soundtrack and score using classical Indian ragas. Subrata Mitra was in charge of the cinematography, while editing was handled by Dalal Dutta. Following its premiere on May 3rd, 1955, during an exhibition at New York's Museum of Modern Art, Patar Panchali was released in Calcutta later the same year to an enthusiastic reception. It was a hit at the box office, yet up until early 1980 had earned a profit of only 24 lakih. Lakih. A special screening was attended by the Chief Minister of West Bengal and the Prime Minister of India. Critics have praised its realism, humanity, and soul stirring qualities, while others have called its slow pace a drawback, and some have condemned it for romanticizing poverty. I'm going to roll my eyes at that. Scholars have commented on the film's lyrical quality and realism, influenced by Italian neorealism, its portrayal of the poverty and small delights of daily life, and the use of what the author Darius Cooper has termed the epiphany of wonder, among other themes. The tale of Apu's life is continued in two subsequent installments of Ray's trilogy, Aparjitu, The Unvanquished in 1956, and Apur Sansar, The World of Apu in 1959. Pattar Panchali is described as a turning point in Indian cinema, as it was among the films that pioneered the parallel cinema movement, which espoused authenticity and social realism. The first film from independent India to attract major international critical attention. It won India's National Film Award for Best Feature Film in 1955, the Best Human Document Award at the 1956 Cannes Film Festival, and several other awards, establishing Ray as one of the country's most distinguished filmmakers. It is often featured in lists of the greatest films ever made. All of those achievements on the guy's first movie he ever made. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's a debut right there.
Um,
It's even
and
more interesting if you read some of these trivia later
yeah,
on.
well, I'll let you read some of the trivia here, but the running time is from 112 to 126 minutes. The version that we watched was 2 hours and 5 minutes, so it's the 125 minutes. The budget was around 70,000 to 150,000 kahil, which is roughly $14,700 to $31,500, and they made 100 million kahil, which is $21 million in the U.S.
I'd say
That was a fucking success.
pretty good, pretty good
Yeah,
right there. I,
pretty good.
I'd make I'd give him 17,000 if you promised me 21 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
like it.
of course, I had heard a lot of time. I've heard a lot about Satyajit Ray. I brought him up to our friend Timber, and Timber even said like, "Oh, he's such a famous director, but he's also really famous for his writing here in India." And
Hmm.
I brought this up to Brad, and I told Brad like he's an Indian director, and he was like, "Are we gonna do Bollywood?" And I'm like, "No, no, no. This ain't Bollywood. Like this
Okay,
is a whole ass like different sector of Indian films."
I did kind of say that jokingly because
Yeah.
I didn't figure it was Bollywood, but
No.
I can never
Yeah.
tell. Raul's not really the singing, dancing kind
Yeah.
generally.
Except for RR. Yeah. Because I fucking love RR. Um, but went ahead and I wanted to pick this trilogy because I've heard about this trilogy forever, and I have to say I'm amazed by this work from Satyajit Ray. I mean, this is great. I laugh at the idea of people who say that this romanticizes poverty.
Did they watch the same film?
I think that
The
people,
wife crying there. The husband had been away for 5 months.
yeah, like I feel like there's this always this sudden need to say that a film romanticizes something just for showing how it is. Like I'm
It was
sorry,
pretty
like
horrible to me.
poverty sucks, man.
Yeah,
Poverty fucking sucks. But people who are people who are poor don't don't have to be like super what's it called miserable all the time in these films.
no,
Like sometimes like what and when it shows with the mom, she has to put on a brave face because she's there for her children, and she has to do what she has to do for her children. And you know, and some of those kids growing up, they don't know that they're, especially Apu doesn't understand the brevity of his situation.
no.
Like he's gonna be this
He's just
kid
living
who
his
like
life.
he lives life, and it's that whole idea of the epiphany of wonder.
Well,
And it's like
that's his what the way he's living is just normalcy to him. That's just
it's
normal.
normal to him. He's not gonna know until he's older. And it's like, oh shit, like we were poor, we didn't
Yeah.
have anything. And but I thought it was a fantastic film. Brad, what are your initial thoughts on this on Patar Panchali?
Well, I wanted to get into some of this trivia because
Okay,
that was real. At least two of them, actually three of them.
go ahead.
So coming from IMDb, halfway through filming, Ray ran out of funds. The government of West Bengal loaned him the rest, allowing him to complete the film. This loan is listed in public records at the time as Roads Improvement, a nod to the film's translated title.
The song,
That's what.
yeah,
That's one way to get around that. Uh,
yep.
the original negative for the film was burned in a fire in 1993. Amazingly, the damaged film was restored as the negative was rehydrated, repaired, and scanned in 4K resolution. Thank you, Criterion. And then I'll just leave it off with this last one. Legend has it that on the first day of shooting, Ray had never directed a scene. His cameraman Mitra had never photographed one, and none of his child actors had even been screen tested for their roles. Actually, there was one more. Let me see. It was about the cast. Actually, it was about the script. Looking. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, you're good. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's like, and I watched that little what's it called 6 minute video that they have on the Criterion channel before I watched this, where it's like a little bit of an interview with Ray, and he was talking about how like, yeah, like he didn't grow up poor. He like grew up to what's it called, a father who like really valued education, and he made sure that his son, that Ray, got an education so that he went to college. And he didn't like start off wanting to make films. He just started what's it called studying something else. And he said that there was an interest about cinema there, but he first decided to study cinema, like this, to watch these films and to study the European films before he what's it called started to make them. So he
Mm-hmm.
when he makes this film, of course, and you can tell like he brings all this knowledge of like Italian neorealism to this to his film. And he's like, you know, it's kind of the way that Tarantino didn't go to film school.
No, he just
He
he
just watched a
was
fuck
it.
ton of movies.
Yeah, he was
And
in it.
he copied.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, he pulled here and there from different movies he liked, the aspects that he liked from it, and made movies from that. Which,
Yeah.
honestly, is probably what all directors now do.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Even Nolan, pulls
Yeah.
from here and there that
Did you
we've
find it,
seen
Brad?
before. Yes. The film never had a complete screenplay. The cast took most of their cues from Ray's drawings and notes.
You know who that reminds me of? Kiarostami.
Yeah.
Kiarostami, One Car Y goes up in there and he's like, "Oh, that was good."
Well, I mean, Kurosawa would literally paint
Yeah.
like each frame of
Well,
his
yeah, his
movie.
storyboards. Yeah.
Yeah, he had storyboards.
Yeah. But that's wild. That's wild. But yeah, Brad, your initial thoughts?
Um, so originally watching this, at least the first and second act, I find this movie to be like a slice of life movie. Um, it kind of reminds me of One Wonderful Sunday that Kurosawa did. Just everyday life, and the more I read about this, it kind of explains it. But then in that third act, it gets really dark really fast. It gets into some deep waters,
Yeah.
and very intense. Um, and I gotta say, for this being a directorial debut, and for the I guess I don't know if it's a real story. It's just it's a rumor that he had no directorial experience and his cinematographer had no camera experience really in making movies. It's a masterpiece in those regards. The use of light in this is very reminiscent of Kurosawa. Um, the actors in this, you can't really tell are acting, which I don't think they are. I think some of them
No.
are like just that's how they lived. And he's
Yeah.
just filming everyday life and putting something behind it. Like putting a story
The
behind
mom,
that.
bro. The mom. It's like
Yeah.
like the mom is, so all of them mostly are inexperienced. The only one I think I saw that was experienced was the old lady. She was actually like this big theater actress
Yeah,
in
and
India.
and she was like 100 years old too, so that kind of makes
Bro, I'm
sense.
not even gonna lie. I saw that lady and I was like, yeah, this lady's gonna die today. Like this
Yeah.
lady's gonna die in this movie,
Oh,
100%.
what was there was
Like this
another
lady.
thing. There was a quote like he said like because it took him forever to make. It took him like 3 years to finish this film, and he's like he just I guess he was having so many issues, but he said three things helped to make this film, and one was Apu voice not breaking. Two was the old lady not dying, and then there was a third one. I forget what the third one was, but he
Yeah.
said that he couldn't make the movie of like that. Those three things that happened, and they didn't happen.
There's so much in this movie that I find in other filmmakers. Like, of course, it reminds me a lot about like One Wonderful Sunday with a Slice of Life. It also reminds me of Kiarostami's Where's the Friend's House. It's like it's just the way like we follow this child. We're not really following the child in here, but he is a part of this film.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of following the family in here,
Yeah.
but it comes at the end. You realize you kind of were following this child, and he's telling the story of his sister,
And then the
basically.
framing, in a way, also reminds you of that sit down framing style that Ozu employs in his movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot good happening in this film. I think my only gripe I would say is in the first two acts here and there. It does get a little slow for me, but not bad. I
But
don't
I don't think it's like a bad type of slow.
no. I mean, it's a slice of life. It's kind of understood that's going to happen. I'll say One Wonderful Sunday. It happens in that too. It's just
Yeah.
it's an everyday kind of thing. So you're like, okay, this is,
Yeah.
and because I'm sitting here, I'm going, is this a story or is this like a documentary? Like,
It feels
because
very
these
documentarian.
yeah, because these kids and these other actors, I don't feel like they're really acting,
Yeah. But like the
which is
standouts,
good.
like the mom is a huge standout to me.
Yeah,
Um just that third act, bro. Cause like you can tell, like, she does it she understands that her husband needs to leave
to make
to
money,
to make money.
but he
It
don't need to
pains
leave for
her.
no goddamn 5 months. That
It's
man was doing other shit that whole time, and you know it. Ain't no
Yeah.
man need to leave 5 months to make money.
But she was very worried, man. But like that, but there's such a tonal shift in her character once her husband leaves,
And she
where
doesn't
you
hear
just
from him
really
for
see, what's up.
she doesn't get a letter from him for 4 months, and that's when
Yeah.
she really breaks.
Yeah. And it's like you only see two moments in this film where she breaks. You know, she breaks when what's it called? When she doesn't get the letter in 4 months, and then of course at the end when her husband gives her a suri for her daughter who dies,
Yeah.
and it's just
And
like
well, there was a third break where her daughter had might have stolen the necklace. Well, did steal
we
the necklace.
never we
We
didn't
no, we
sh-
kind of figured it out because it was hidden up there in an old rice bowl,
yeah.
and Apu goes and throws that in the lake so it doesn't
Wow.
get
Yeah.
found.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that his
Yeah.
sister's memory doesn't have to be tainted with that.
Yeah. So I just is but she has those breaks, but like even then, like a complete breakdown, I'd say is just those two, Brad, where she like it shows you that like this family is really struggling, but like none of them are really allowed to really show it that they're struggling, because like the mom has to do what she needs to do for her children. Her daughter is obviously like she wants more from her life, and she wants the things that the people in her village want,
Yeah,
her village has.
and the story you get is it was just bad decisions or situations that happened that caused them to be in that. Like they used to have the orchard and everything, and I guess the
Yeah.
brother-in-law or someone sold that off, and then they were without that and left with nothing.
Yeah. But like in all, and like and obviously like it's a really big stress that what's it called, that the cut well, I read on Wikipedia that she's a cousin, like an elderly cousin
Hmm.
of the father's side, and the old lady is stealing food from them,
Yeah,
but the only reason she really wants her around is because obviously the kids love her.
yeah. I
But
mean, and I think there's also that whole thing. You gotta take care of your family, your elderly,
yeah.
in that typical system. And even the times where she tells the auntie to go fly off, she still allows her to come back
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, and she comes back that one time, and she's like she's still telling her to leave, but then she's like kind of like, whatever, just sit down, like get some water and stuff, and
Yeah,
it's like,
I guess it was
you
super
know
hot. Looked
it's
super hot.
yeah, it's just the devotion to the family. and you
Yeah.
can tell like how devoted she was. But this woman, and that's why I think she's like the standout in this film to me. I think that mom, she just like throughout this whole movie, she's the one who's carrying not just this family on her back, but she's carrying this film because she's like the one who's like everybody else can showcase their thoughts and stuff, but she's the only one who she can't.
No, because if she does, then she looks weak to her neighbors who already
Yeah,
think she's a horrible mother because, oh
yeah,
no, her daughter picked up some guava, you
yeah.
know, some guava to give to the old lady.
And then even the neighbors start to like ease up on her too,
Well, towards the
right?
end.
Towards the end, yeah,
Towards the end, but that's after, the husband had gone for 5 months. They were,
yeah.
and something tells me, I don't know how honest those neighbors were of being like, why didn't you come to us? It's like, I know exactly why she didn't come to y'all, because you a
Because
fucking
y'all,
bitch.
yeah, because you what's it called? Like, and of course she did steal it, and it's a bad thing that she stole. But she comes in and she's like, "Oh, well, how about those 28 rupees you never paid me back?" It's like,
Yeah, and
okay,
then
bitch,
and then
okay,
required him to give that, and it's just like, yeah, that's
yeah,
why she never came to you in times of need, is because you would slap her down, you know, had she done that.
yeah. And and it sucks, man. But throughout this whole film, but Apu is such a bright light in this film because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't understand any of this, but to him it's just normal life, and you see him like he's so happy about this, and I'm really interested to see how that's gonna progress in the um
I
in the trilogy because now they moved to the city. And
I I want to bring up one scene though that I found
sure,
kind of weirdly dark humorous. Um, the scene where the mother snaps at the daughter, basically beats the daughter and kicks her out. The scene right after that where the mother's kind of huddled by the door, just thinking of shit. Um,
yeah,
and then Apu's over there just reading his homework.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's weirdly funny because that's some shit that I would pull of be like, okay, well, they got in trouble. I'm just gonna get over here and just mind my own fucking business and do my homework.
And the funny thing is though, I really found it like when she gets mad at the daughter, Apu gets up and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go act like I need to do some shit." Like,
Yeah, I can get the fuck out of here
yeah. Um,
before
but
she
it's
comes
just
at me.
so good, man. I really like this movie. I thought it was well shot. I think the music is really good too. But it feels almost like you said, Brad. It feels almost documentarian.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like acting. At least in the first two scene or first two acts. Um, the third act, yeah, because you have a very major death in the film,
yeah,
and that kind of just spirals the whole family basically to get it out of the town, the
yeah.
city.
And just how big like that whole like, oh, you need to stay in your ancestral home, and it's like, well, like, dude, like we have nothing here, man. Like I
Yeah,
have,
we're stuck. We're
we're
stuck
stuck.
in like the father works and the dude doesn't pay him, and like, no,
It's like,
I'm done.
yep, yep. And it's like, oh, your family's been here for 3 generations. Like, cool, man, but like I can't make any money here, and out there I'm able to make some money, and you know what's it called? He's like, oh, I want to give my son an education, and I can't give him one here.
Yeah, and then my daughter on top of that has died, and I don't really
Yeah,
want to stay in this house with those memories. And also, the tree fell in the damn house.
yeah.
The house was already broken, and then it just completely done.
And I love the way they juxtapose the rain here, Brad. How like with the kids it's like something that's like really fun and it's like, oh, like we're all getting wet, and then you just see
Yeah,
like the mom really worried
the
in the
door,
house.
and then because the husband's gone for 5 months, and nothing's been fixed on this fucking house.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just like, and the mother's trying to keep the rain and the wind out because she doesn't want her daughter to get more sick, which is what ends up happening. And yeah,
yeah, yeah. What a great movie, man. I really like this. I can't believe this is the first film from somebody, but it's so fucking good. I'm gonna go ahead and give Patar Panchali a 9 out of 10, Brad. I really like this movie.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it the same score, 9 out of 10.
Starting off hot here, man. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what we got. I'm And the thing is, guys, like I was ready. I was like, fuck it, I want to go watch the next one. But I like to watch these movies at least the day before or the day of when I watch it
Yeah, to keep
because
keep it in
because
your mind.
it's fresh. in my mind. So I gotta what's it called a wait. But I was like, damn, dude, I wanted to start the next one.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I mean, I some of the cinematography, it like looks like a Kurosawa film.
yeah,
And for this being someone's debut, I don't say that lightly.
yeah. Yeah, really liked it, man. But that concludes our review of. Oh wait, hold on. Before we finish, I wanted to read AK's review on Letterbox. I think it was a great review. Our
Shout out to
good friend,
AK.
yeah, he says, for a directorial debut, this movie is phenomenal. It's obvious it is a debut, but it's so incredibly rare to see such refinement right off the bat. There are a lot of movies that should be taught to artists, but genuinely, this one should should be this one should be top of the list. The confident hand in which the story and plot is woven from a coming of age epic. I really developed a connection to the sister, and so the tragic end had me fucking sobbing. It wears its European influence on its sleeve, but the language of Southeast Asian life is clear, authentic, and just easy to absorb. It proudly romanticizes the simple beauty of village life, and that's not a bad thing. There is true profoundness in the simple duties we have. It is important to note that Apu's mother and sister are the real main characters of this story, and the mom, being an inexperienced actor, steals the fucking show. It at once exalts motherhood and shows the tragedy of what minority women have to deal with. She is in all an ideal representation of an Asian mother, burdened with the restrictions society places on her to where she has to move mountains in silence. Apu's mom stands up for herself and she knows what needs to be done and she has to carry the weight of not being listened to. I love this movie. And I think that sums it up. I think that last paragraph sums it up perfectly. Perfectly.
And then just to let you know, Roger Ebert gave the Pooh trilogy 4 stars.
Four. Wow. All all three films?
That's what it says.
A
The
perfect
Pooh
score.
trilogy, 4 films or 4 stars.
Oh, so he did it as a whole trilogy.
Whole
Okay.
trilogy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. That is crazy from Roger Ebert. I would have thought he was gonna give this like a taste of cherry, bro.
Yeah, like he pulls the rug out
Completely.
from
Yeah.
under Kurostami, and then it's like, did he watch the same? Did
Yep.
that man watch that movie?
Yep.
Has he watched any Kurostami? Maybe he just doesn't like Kurostami. I don't know.
Yeah. But with that said, that concludes our review of Patar Panchali. And we would like to thank you all so much for joining us. Check out our website, thenerdcore.com. Twitter is at the nerdcore underscore. Instagram/threads is at the nerdcore. Please go check out our Patreon where you can get this episode live and early for patrons at patreon.com/the nerdcore by pledging to the $1 tier.
Also, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, click the notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. Leave a like the on the video as well, so that way we know that you are ready to watch all these reviews of Satyajit Ray. And of course, if you're listening to this on your podcast on a podcast app of your choice, please make sure that you leave a 5-star review and you drop us a follow if you can. Please make sure you can do that. Also, our Discord link is in the description below. In the comments on YouTube, please let us know what did you think about this film. Do you like it? Do you like the films of Satyajit Ray? We've got 3 other films that we're going to cover. We're covering the other 2 in the Apu Trilogy, and then we're covering another film from him. So I'm really excited. And plus, on the Patreon side, we got a commentary that we're going to watch, and we also have a mini pod for you all. So we got a lot of Satyajit Ray coming to the channel this month. So make sure you're ready for that because it's going to be a lot of fun. But with that said, Brad, we'll see them hopefully Thursday. The plan is if we can't do the review on Thursday on Patreon, we will be doing our commentary early for you all since this month we do take off starting like the 21st. So and then we come back until like January 2nd or something like that. And yeah, so with that said, Brad, let's go ahead and send them out of here.
All right, Roll. Leaving host as always. Thank you to anyone that joins us in future chats. We hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you to our listeners and Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I don't know. Don't confess if you do steal a necklace from a little turd like that. So, Young Yoda out. Take it to the grave.
I know that grandma used to throw down in the kitchen room.
Oh, you know it. Like